What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Power Play with CJ College Hockey Special for Monday, January 16th, 2012. Feels weird saying that. 2012. Gonna take a couple weeks to get used to. But at any rate, pretty great week for college hockey, especially as for the BU Terriers going 2-0 on the weekend. Big dub at home against Northeastern, then go on the road and beat Harvard. Fan of the show, Garrett Noonan, getting the OT winner against Harvard, and Adam Clendenning, got a fan of the show, having himself a 4-point weekend to vault himself into second in Hockey East scoring amongst defensemen behind Will O'Neill from the University of Maine, who's also 4 years older than Clenny, so goes to show you whose upside's higher. BU's been great since they have not lost in 2012. That tie against the development team really doesn't count in the standings. Park was trying out a few different things there without a key player and some stuff, but I mean I thought they played great against the development team without that goalie really stood on his head, but is what it is. I think the loss to Notre Dame on New Year's Eve might have been the best thing to happen to them, because that was the first game without Coyle and Trevino. Clendenning was at the World Juniors, without three superstars. One of whom you knew you were getting back. The other two, obviously, for vastly different reasons, weren't coming back. You go to Notre Dame, you lose a tough one, and then you regroup, and that's what you got to do. I think you're not replacing Trevino and Coyle offensively. You just, no one's gonna put those numbers up on the board individually, and their own. You know what I mean? Like, it just isn't gonna happen. And actually, it's funny. I was watching Moneyball, great movie, unbelievable, one of my favorite movies of all time. It's not even a sports movie. It's just more about life and lessons in life. What Billy Beane, played by Brad Pitt, did was just, you're not gonna replace Jason Giambi and Johnny Damon with the Oakland A's. You're going to bring guys in that can aggregately, if that's even a word, replace their production. You're not going to get those home runs and doubles and stolen bases back, but just get on base. I think that's the thing with BU, is you're not getting those points, but if everyone chips in a little bit, tightens up the game defensively, cuts down on the goals against a little bit, make a couple extra plays here and there to keep goals from going in, generate goals from the cycle, the forecheck, all that. That's what you got to do. And if you just pound away at the opponent, which, like I said, the Merrimack game, that was some of the best forechecking I've ever seen. That was unbelievable. Just, if you're slamming them, keeping them pinned in their own zone, you're gonna get scoring chances. Whether or not they go in is up to God and the goalie. But that's what you got to do. And I think that BU is a team I wouldn't want to play in the NCAA tournament or the Hockey East tournament for that matter, because they're dangerous. With BC, all right, you got the Hayes, Kreider, Billy Arnold. Okay, cool, they can score. But if you go dry, if your goalie stands on his head, they're not going to do anything. You know what I mean? If you got something like this, it's a tough team to play against, and with an experienced goaltender and a great defensive core, how do you beat them? That's what it is. What it is. But rest of the nation, pretty good weekend. Minnesota Duluth is on fire. They lose Justin Folk from last year's championship team, and they're still on fire. Folks obviously playing with Carolina right now. That's in 19 playing in the NHL. It's always a great sign. But they're on fire. They got to be the team to repeat. I can't remember the last repeat champion. BC should have been last year, but obviously Colorado College had different ideas. Jesus, I can't remember the last team that repeated in the NCAA. It's been that long. Jack Connolly for Minnesota Duluth, undrafted free agent, senior center, leading the country in scoring with 36 points in 22 games. He's definitely a front runner for the Hobie Baker. I think I had Bugstad there, but Bugstad's having a phenomenal year for himself as well. 31 points in 23 games. Another guy. I'm just looking at, wow, so many guys just coming off the page offensively, and it's a wide open thing for Hobie Baker this year. The goalie at the University of Minnesota has been great, leading the country in shutouts. He's really good. Patterson, he's got 918 save percentage. Wow, that's awesome. But yeah, like I said, the Hobie Baker Award is wide open this year. I can't see no one running away and hiding with it. I think out east, I think it's coming from the west though. Personally, there's no scoring. I mean, Flint, Abbott, Flint from Maine are in the top 6 in scoring in the country. Tynan's having a good year for Notre Dame. I mean, they'll be Hockey East soon enough, so technically they are an Eastern team. But wow, really no one from out east stand out offensively. Maybe it's not a bad. I mean, it doesn't. It's not how you put points on the board. It's the way you finish at the end of the season. And I'd much rather, see BC or BU win the national championship than see the Hobie Baker come from there, and not win the national championship. Because I think both teams have a legitimate shot. I think, like I said, BC's got that line that's on. If they're on fire, and Crider's been outstanding this year. Speaking of guys who are lighting it up, he's got 26 points, 23 games. He's in the top 20 in scoring in the country, which is obviously phenomenal to do that against the highest competition in Hockey East. And like I said, BC's got to be a good pick for the Frozen Four. Goaltending is inexperienced, but they got depth up front, and their defense is excellent. You know what I mean? If Tommy Cross plays up to his potential, he's as good as anyone. It's the injuries that have derailed that kid, and I feel, as a Bruins fan, kid that was a second-round pick, local product, nonetheless, kind of painful seeing him not developing to what you think he could be, and it's hopefully the injury bug subsides and he can really turn into a solid two-way defenseman for BC and at the NHL level, because Bruins need help on the back end. That's really a weakness in that organization right now. But that's it really. BU's definitely considered. They got a great write-up from the USCHO. BU did on how much of a dangerous team they are. And like I said, you're not replacing Coyle and Trevino by yourself. Everyone going to do their little thing to chip in, and you really got to play as a team. You got to leave your egos at the door. That's the only way you're going to win. And ultimately, by doing that, by buying into a team concept, Parker didn't bring a recruit a semester early. He didn't panic. He's got the national championships for a reason. I think that's a mark of a good coach. Is here's what you got to do. You got to. It's outstanding. It's unbelievable. And I'm very curious to see how they rally and finish the season. The Beanpot's 3 weeks away. I can't wait for the Beanpot. It's going to be you got two teams vying for national championships, and the other two that are very dangerous. Harvard and Northeastern. No matter what their records are, they don't go down easy. They're tough to play against, and they're both great programs that figure it out eventually at some point. Harvard's won a national championship, and Teddy Donato's a great coach, but Northeastern, on the other hand, is kind of the lost tribes of Israel, for Christ's sakes. I mean, they get some high picks in the NHL draft, and Alexiak and the like, and lose them. That's it for the Power Play with CJ College Hockey Special for January 16, 2012. Stay tuned for more episodes throughout the season.